Hi guys, SwifTsYT and today I'm bringing you another Call of Duty video. This one is going to be on a Road to Prestige. Yep, I didn't upload this in a few days. See, this was meant to be one of these yesterday, but I did a class setup video because that was recommended on the channel. So I did that instead of the Road to Prestige just because of the time and because I left it a while yesterday. And then obviously there is another class set up on my channel today that's taking my random gameplay spot, so obviously I'm going to put this one up. The reason I didn't put it up for this because this series, I want to finish this series and I've got to do the Premier League predictions, placings, end of the season. The reason I did that today is because the gamings yesterday have been against between Hull and Sheffield. I did mention in that class setup video what went up earlier today because I recorded that yesterday. That Hull got promoted, or I think they did at least, because I did that after the game. Hull did end up getting promoted. They won 1-0 from a really nice goal. If you haven't seen it, I recommend checking it out. It's a lovely goal. But we'll get straight into it after I... Hang on, I can read this later. So, it's just a Sky Sports article. So, we're going to go from 20th to first, but we're going to do it in sections. So we'll do the relegations from 11 to 17, from 5 to 10, and then the top 4. Right. Sorry, my throat's a little bit dry at the moment. I'm back, and I will continue this commentary in about 15 seconds.
Battery requesting rate.
Right, we are back. Sorry about that. My throat was really dry. I didn't take a drink before like I normally do. It's probably because I don't have one up here until I spotted one. So I will get straight into it. In 20th we do have Sunderland. You might be thinking, oh, they're probably going to escape relegation again, like they've done for the past quite a few years. So I don't think they can do it. I don't think they can do it every year. Obviously, I could be wrong. I could be wrong on every single one of these, but I reckon it's a reasonable chance just to get them 20th for once. In 19th we have promoted Middlesbrough, but we're going to relegate them. I don't think out of the 3 teams that's gone up, I don't think it's going to be them who stay up, to be honest. But I haven't really seen much of Middlesbrough. I haven't seen any of the highlights for their season, so I'm not sure how decent that team actually is. Whereas I know the Burnley squad and the whole squad from the previous season. So yeah, that's why they're 19th for me. And then they've taken the final relegation spot is Bournemouth. I just couldn't put anyone else down, to be honest, because I don't think anyone else could go down. Possibly who I have in 17th place might go down, but that's kind of not realistic compared to Bournemouth. I say that now, but watch it happen. I just don't see that happening. Bournemouth, I can see getting relegated. They had a good first season up, but I think unless I make some big signings, because like I said, I haven't said this yet. I'm actually making these predictions on the 29th of May. This is before the transfer window opens. I'm pretty sure. I think it opens in June, the 2nd or 3rd. God knows how some of us have already signed some players, or we've signed them, but we haven't actually signed them until that date. So we've done the signing, but not 100% completed it. Probably. It's probably, I don't even have a clue anymore. But anyway, yeah, Bournemouth, unless they make some big signings or a big signing to help them, I don't see them staying up this for the 2017-18 season. Well, now we'll go for the second half of the table. 17th. In 17th we have West Brom. Well, I did just say they potentially could go down, but I can't see that over Bournemouth, to be honest. See, I could be wrong. Bournemouth could finish first for all I know, and West Brom could finish 20th, but like I said, just before anything's even happened in the transfer window, well, pretty much nothing. So, yeah. So I do see West Brom going 17th. Not really an amazing team. They don't really win many games, but they normally pick up quite a few draws. Obviously, they can't be as bad as Aston Villa the season just finished. or Derby County when they got 11 points. I don't think anyone can do worse than that. Anyway, Hull City are only 16th. Promoted yesterday, and I reckon they could stay up. The team they do have, if they get some more, if they want, like, because I support Arsenal, like last season they signed, what was it? Zuber Akpom and Isaac Hayden, 2 Arsenal players, on loan this season, and they both helped him stay up. If they sign something else on loan, or even sign someone overall, they might just stay up. I believe they can do it. And then 15th we have their brothers in arm from the promotion spots again. Burnley in 15th. So I don't see any of the promoted 3 staying or going above 15th. So they'll all be in the bottom 5 of the table, or bottom 6 really, innit? Yeah, bottom 6 of the table. Rip. Purely because of the fact the other teams, the calibre of the other teams from the season just gone, and overall in the way they play, I don't see them finishing above them. Depends. Obviously, they did lose their star man to Southampton when they was last in the Premier League, which was Charlie Austin in before. Hang on, no, he was QPR, wasn't he? Oh no. No, don't worry then. Who was their one? Who was their striker? Oh, I don't have a clue, but I just don't think they don't have the calibre to finish above anyone above them at the moment on the predicted placings. Anyway, in 14th we do have Watford. I don't exactly remember where they finished the season just gone, but I can quickly check while I explain a little bit about it. So, reason why I put Watford in 14th. At first I did put Burnley 14th and Watford 15th, but then I had a second think about it, and I didn't see it happening. I don't see Watford falling that much. They had a really good season last year, or the year just finished. If you think about it, they had a brilliant season, but I don't see them finishing higher than 14th or below 14th. Obviously they probably will, because most predictions are not right. It's highly unlikely that I'm going to get every single one of these right, but if I just quickly look at the table, they actually finished in 13th last time. They actually finished above West Brom, which I'm predicting again. Actually also finished above Crystal Palace. Wow. Oh, that's not much different anyway, what I've done. So anyway, look, I reckon they will get 14th, to be honest. Don't know enough about the squad. Obviously, Watford, they have a few decent players like Igalo and Troy Deeney who can finish. They had a nice season, so if they can do that again, they'll finish around there. Now, Crystal Palace, I've actually got in 13th. They didn't have a good season last year. They have signed Adi Bayor, but I don't think they're going to keep him on, because he didn't do anything for them. But they've got some nice wingers. All they need is that up front firepower, and they might get some goals, to be honest. In 12th we do have Stoke City. Obviously Jack Butland injured. For how long I'm not too sure exactly, but if he's still injured before the start of the league, I see them going losing some points there, because Jack Butland is a massive factor into their team. And in 11th, you probably won't expect this, but I do. I have Leicester City in 11th. But I will continue this little bit into the next game, so I'll be back in a minute. Right, we are back in game 2, and this is on Stronghold. The other one was on Breach. But yeah, the reason I put Leicester in 11th is because they're in the Champions League now. They didn't have anything to worry about last year, because they got knocked out of all cup competitions really quickly. So all they had to focus on was the league, whereas all the other teams were still in the cups. Or most of them was anyway. Most of the big teams they kept beating. So in other words, City, Chelsea, all these big teams were in the cup competitions for quite a while. So 11th, they've got Champions League football to try their hardest on. I doubt they're going to try it in the Premier League to go for the Premier League double, or twice in a row, rather than going for the Champions League, because it's very unlikely that they're going to get Champions League again. It is highly unlikely that they're going to be a Champions League contender for a few years now. It's just not going to happen, really, not in my eyes. So I have predicted them to finish 11th, and I do believe that they have, like, if they continue to play like they did last year, they could take on most teams in the Champions League, depending on who's in their group. And because they're first in our league, I'm pretty sure they can pick up Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. I think they finished second. So they've got some big guns. They can get into their in their group, so it could be very hard for them. So they might just screw it up, or they probably will. But anyway, in the first half of the table, not the top 4. So in 10th I do have Everton. They didn't have the nice season last time, but they can only finish 10th unless they make some signings, to be honest. Like I said earlier, this is before any signings can probably be, or most signings will be made. They lost Tim Howard, their best keeper, by far. Obviously Joel isn't that bad, but Tim Howard is probably, is their qualities goalkeeper, and he's gone now. I think he's retired, I'm not too sure if he has. But he was there for 10 years and he's gone. So I only see him finishing in 10th. In 9th we have Southampton. They always seem to finish in that round about that area, but the teams I've predicted above them is logical, to be honest, except maybe one because of the season just gone. But I reckon they can turn it around, so I think they're going to finish 9th. And in 8th we have Swansea. Yeah, you might find this above Southampton. It's a bit weird, but normally if you have one bad season, you're better the next season because you know where you've gone wrong and you're going to change it up. So I reckon they're going to finish 8th just because they're not going to have another bad season like they have this season, or the season just finished. 8th is a realistic finish for them. In 7th we have West Ham. I could have predicted them higher because of this season, but with the managers that have already been announced coming in, it's very unlikely that they're going to finish above them. Because what they can do and what the money they've got. Sorry, West Ham. And their new stadium, actually. West Ham's new stadium. The Olympic Stadium in Stratford. Yeah, they're going to need to get used to it. So 7th might be a little bit generous for them. I've actually put Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool in number 6. Obviously, I actually made. Obviously, he was already manager of Liverpool when I did this, but I'll get to it when I get to 4th place. But Liverpool, not a bad team, but they're not exactly title contenders anymore without Suarez. I don't want them to prove me wrong because I don't support Liverpool, but it'll be nice to see what they're made of again. Obviously, they did screw up the season like Arsenal did last year, when they should have technically won it, just like we should have won it the year just gone. But so they're only going to finish 5th, and I've got to get through these very quick because I've only got a few minutes left. 5th I've got Tottenham. Yeah, they finished 3rd. Potentially should have finished 2nd above Arsenal, but they screwed up the last game and the last 4 games because of Dele Alli and Dembele or something. Just being violent fucks, but yeah, Tottenham. That was arguably the best season they've ever had in the Premier League. Prove me wrong if you want, Tottenham fans. It's up to you. I don't really care if you do or not. I haven't been following the league. I've followed the league, but I haven't really watched many of the games before, rather than how many I've watched in the last few years alone. Anyway, yeah, so they're going to finish 5th. I don't see them creeping in top 4 with the managers and the calibre of the other teams. So if you have just kept up to track, I've put in 4th place there is Manchester United. Right, I actually made this prediction before Jose Mourinho was manager, and I don't want to change it because I don't really want to be honest. He's going to get some time to get to know the players on Manchester United. Obviously, he could potentially sign Zlatan, and if he does, then my prediction's going to be highly wrong because they'll probably get a lot more goals instead of Marcus Rashford and Rooney being the providers. So I only see him getting 4th unless they get their big signings. In 3rd we have comeback Chelsea, who had a terrible season, which finished 10th I believe, and the season just finished. Obviously had a shocking season. They're not going to do that again. I'll be surprised if they did do it again. I was all surprised they did it in the first place, since they were the favourites going into it. So Chelsea 3rd. In 2nd place we have Manchester City, with the new manager Pep Guardiola making some big signings. He will, well, I said that in a weird way, he will make some big signings. He just will, you know he will. Man City always have the money. Pep Guardiola, top quality manager, just won the league and everything with Bayern pretty much. So yeah, he's going to have a fantastic season in Manchester. And then in 1st, how could I not predict them there? Arsenal, and I can't really explain this, but maybe next time because I've only got 4 seconds to end this. So if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll quickly say this now, Arsenal first because I support them and they can do it. See you later.